What is a dat? Well, a dat is basically an exclamation mark, but written differently for web and email addresses and stuff. Let's say we've got this cool domain, verb.ink. It's a domain. And there's a user, a guy named John, and he has john.verb.ink. That's his web address, his blog, his profile, his store, his, whatever. Well, he also has the email address, john@verb.ink. It works out well. These two addresses are basically the same, except one character is different. We have the @ in the email, and we have the dot in the web address. Now think of all the duplication. Think of how many times we have to write the same thing over and over again. Business cards, napkins, handouts, all the time and the space and the whole continuum. Think about all the ink trees we have to cut down from the ink spilled over this duplication, just because of the difference of one character. And is that really necessary? What if there was a way to combine these, put them together just for writing? We could squish up that @ and combine it with the dot, just for writing purposes. Isn't that much easier to write on a napkin or put on a business card? Now, the exclamation mark is really a special character among special characters. I mean, not only is it really skinny, as you can see, but there's some things it does and some things it doesn't do. And in HTML, there's no conflict. It's just a normal character. It's not part of the language. That's important with web. In writing web addresses, it won't create any conflict because you can't use an exclamation mark in a web address. So that won't be a problem. I mean, our goal is not to go through Python and take all the time we need to rewrite all the way of doing web code. We just want a simple way to write stuff. Whether it's one line in your contact book, in your phone, or writing on a napkin for your friend, or maybe even business cards, or any way you can think of to tell the world who you are with just one simple little line. It's really simple. And we say this, John dat verb.ink. We use the exclamation mark, but we call it a dat to be fast and simple. And it means the web address and the email address. Now, what about that web address where you don't have john.verb.ink? What if you've got... There we go. If we get /John, well, that's the same thing. We can figure all that out. The idea is we just want to get rid of all the unnecessary double writing again and again and have something simple that we can write with the exclamation mark called a dat. It comes from dot combined with @, and they fit really well together to give us dat. And dat, as they say, is dat. All you have to do to use it isn't sign any petition or ask people to change something. Just write it. Use it. Call it a dat. Make everyone's life simpler. It's the dat.